Hey, buddy. Hope you guys are doing all right. So, I do have sorrow for it's just being away from YouTube. I haven't watched really any videos, and I haven't made any videos. Um, when I got back to Oregon, it's been like 4 or 5 days. I was extremely weak. I don't know. I think it's a mixture of a multitude of things, but that food poisoning incident, it carried on. Like, I mean, as far as my energy goes, like the whole, having the shits and puking, that stopped after the first couple hours, really. But just the overall weakness that I felt and lack of energy, um, I'm just now starting to feel, not just now, I mean, yesterday I was feeling a little bit better and it seems to be getting progressively better, but I have, and the first couple days here, I mean, I was literally like having just like, walking around, I'd get like dizzy and shit, like just really weak, just feeling really, really weak, physically, energetically, spiritually, all those things. So, yeah, that's the main reason why I've stayed away from making videos and, sharing my return to Oregon. Another reason is, I mean, when I say main reason, it's a part of the reasons. I don't think I can really put it on any one main factor because there's a lot of factors and they all have their place. But I've been doing a lot of reflecting. One thing about being, without a home and, being on the streets, moving around all the time is, I mean, you're doing just that. You're moving around all the time. So it's like I don't have, or I didn't have a place to just sit and chill for a while and reflect and also just digest everything that had been happening in my life. It's just constantly going from, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. It's hard for you to really it's kind of hard to really just like sit with what's going on in your life when you're always moving. It is what it is. And part of me likes living that way. It really does. Part of me likes just moving all the time, being in the fast pace, just not knowing what your day is going to bring. I mean, there's levels of knowing, right? Okay, if you're living in a house and you have a routine, you have a pretty good knowing of how your day is going to be. On the streets, like, yeah, I had a routine, but as far as like the amount of people I was exposed to, the different situations I was exposed to, just being outside all the time, is a different level of exposure than living in this household. So, I mean, it's just different. I mean, it puts you into a different perception. Like I said, it was hard for me to really, I think, sit and kind of appreciate some of the things that were going on in my life, when I was moving around all the time. But it also helped appreciate some things, that I didn't have because I was moving around all the time, and so, I mean, I'm not, this isn't a complaining video or anything like that, but, just being able to sit and chill, for the past couple of days and not move around all the time has given me the room and the space to really think about everything that transpired, the about 100 days I spent on the streets. And, there's more I want to share that's probably not going to be shared in this video because I don't know, it just feels right now. This is more of just an intro video to let you guys know, that I did make it here to Oregon. A bit of a reason why, I haven't been making videos and why I haven't been active on YouTube. I'm sorry again for not getting back to comments. I know I just talked about how I want to get better at that, and then, I go and fucking do the opposite of that. But the desire is there, to be better at these things and to grow and to progress. And then the project, again, it's like since I build up this momentum on the streets of working on the project, and I come back here, and it's almost a very similar way I felt when I left here and went to Arizona. Like it's just strange how the area you're around, when you spend a lot of time around it, it really isn't strange when you learn how energy works, but when you spend a lot of time around it, like you're putting your will, your essence, your energy into that surrounding area and everything that you touch, and the people, the streets, just everything. So there is, you know, a power that you build up from doing that every single day. But it also keeps you attached, you know, to that area, and you're also not as, you know, your level of exposure to variety isn't as great as somebody who's moving around and going to different areas all the time. So, I mean, there's a give and take to everything, but there is a power in like staying in a particular space and building that space up, you know, much like one would build a home. You have to find an area you choose to build your home, and then that area you've chosen, and you build that one area up, and then you have your home, you know, and there's power in that. Very similar thing with energy and where you're staying at. But again, you know, that there's different types of power. That's more like the defensive, dormant. I say dormant, but it is less moving. Like you are not moving. When you have a house and you buy a home and these things, you are choosing to live a very, I mean, you know, secure, stable, you know, essentially set in one place, you know, lifestyle. And most of the world lives that way. They have homes and they stay in that one home, and that's their home, and they go back to that home, and they wake up in that home, and they eat in that home, and they do all these things at their home. You know, that's the way of the world these days. And there is a power to it, but that's why I like having both. I like having a home base I can always go to and call home and build up with and work and build, and, you know, and all these things on. And I also like having the opportunity to just wander and, you know, be nomadic and, you know, go on adventures and explore and fucking, you know, do all these fun type of things that are more aligned with opening and going into, you know, more of a variety, putting yourself in the unknown, you know, putting yourself out there to something that you don't, even when you really don't know what is out there. So there's a beauty to both, you know, and that's another thing that I love to share with the world in this project, is give people an opportunity to have both a home base and a purpose. And, you know, because like to exploring and adventuring, like you could, you know, if that was your calling in your heart to do these type of things, you could do that, you know, like much like Christians and Mormons, they go on missionaries to spread the word and do things and help out countries. We could do the same thing with the project, you know, so it would give those people with a nomadic spirit that like to adventure and travel and meet new people and places, a good purpose with that, you know, because purpose is, I think, very important. And if you can find a way to make, you know, those traveling fucking spirits or people, you know, give them more of a focused like agenda or goal to achieve rather than just traveling, it would just make the experience all that much more. So anyway, just little stuff I like to share. But yeah, there's definitely some more, you know, personal subjects I want to talk on the next coming videos, but you know, I think this is a good little quote unquote icebreaker. So all right, I love you guys. Hope you all take care. All right, bye.